If you're thinking about spending your last few $100s or $1,000 on that clothing brand, stop for just a second and watch this video. There are things that you need to know that these big brand owners do not tell you about at all. Like literally gatekeeping at ease. Literally gatekeeping. Social media just makes it look like you find a logo, find a manufacturer, and start making money. But in reality, it's completely different, way different. This video, I'm breaking down the biggest mistakes that cost brand owners time, money, and motivation, along with lessons that I wish I knew before I started my brand. For those of you who don't know, my name is Wick. I own a clothing brand named Club People Are. I started my brand when I was in the 7th grade, and my brand is going pretty smooth. I'm pretty sure you guys see these different videos, how to start a brand. Well, they'll probably tell you to save some money and finding a manufacturer is not that easy. If you actually want to start a clothing brand that doesn't disappear after one drop, watch until the end of this video because you're going to catch some really good points that could save you and that could have saved me before I started my brand. For number one is logos. Now, one big mistake that I see a lot of brand owners out there producing or out there or putting out there is that you need a logo. That is false. You do not need a logo to start a brand. Your logo isn't your brand. I know a lot of people spend months trying to find the perfect logo, but in reality, customers don't buy because of the logo. They buy because they connect with the story, message, and person behind the brand. For example, you don't see people buying Gucci because of the Gucci logo. You see people buying Gucci because Gucci is a luxury designer brand. You see all these celebrities wearing Gucci. Gucci is just a logo. Like literally, it's just a simple plain logo. Tell me if I'm wrong. People buy Gucci because of the brand, not because of the way the logo looks. A logo isn't technically what's going to blow up your brand. I understand that designs is what makes your brand and what makes your brand stand out, but spending a whole bunch of time on a logo is just pointless when you can just buy a design from somebody. Or creating a logo isn't hard. I have artificial intelligence, we have AI, we have ChatGPT. It's not hard to tell ChatGPT the name of your logo and to create the logo. Creating a logo for your brand isn't, you're going to create different designs for different pieces. It's not like you're going to be putting one big logo on everything. Now, if you're doing that, then that's just wasting money because why are you spending money on one logo on different pieces? Like I said, for those of you who are new to this clothing brand industry, please do not focus, drain your thoughts trying to find the perfect logo because nowadays in the clothing brand industry, you see a lot of similar logos or just stuff like that. So if you're trying to start a clothing brand, please do not stress on finding a logo. Just my opinion, you download Pinterest and you get inspiration, or you download ChatGPT. Tell ChatGPT to generate you a logo so I can save you a whole bunch of time, money, stress, of course. But what's next? Do not buy hundreds of pieces first. For new brand owners, please do not waste your money on buying a whole bunch of pieces thinking it's going to sell out because that's not how this works. Before you buy a piece, make sure you have potential in the piece. Make sure you have enough time to promote the piece. Maybe a few dollars on the side to pay for advertisements if you want to. That's optional. But as of 2026, paying for advertisements can be very, very helpful because it just pushes you out there. It's easier for you and you're advertising your brand. Start small, test your design, see what scales the best. Please do not spend hundreds of dollars on a bulk order because I will tell you now, your feelings are probably going to be hurt, but it's going to fail. I'm telling you now, it is going to fail. Do not buy hundreds of pieces first. Drop it on a random day and expect it to sell out like that. That is not how it works. Next up, finding a manufacturer. I am aware that finding a manufacturer isn't easy at all. It isn't easy at all. Me, before I started my actual brand, I was actually making the clothes on hand. I had a Cricut machine and I had an iron. That's how I started with my brand, making clothes myself. Me personally, the quick finding a manufacturer, downloading Alibaba, and looking up whatever you want. No, that is very difficult. Not even a lot of people know how to work the app. Lots of people don't have the money or patience to start off with China manufacturers because Alibaba has all regions on there, but Alibaba is mostly used for China. I'm only saying Alibaba because I've seen a lot of videos where brand owners will tell you find a manufacturer and download Alibaba. Alibaba is a great start. That is false. Please do not start with Alibaba. Having a manufacturer or finding a manufacturer can also be difficult because most manufacturers, since they know you're new, they probably would take advantage of you and your money because they know you're new and you don't know about stitching, fabrics, sizing, all that good stuff. So they're gonna take advantage of you being rookie to the clothing brand industry and just throw you under the bus. Even up to this day, my manufacturer still messes up with my boats. I have several manufacturers, like, so I'm not even worried. I'm gonna show y'all a perfect example of a manufacturer not making anything that's similar to your mock-up. Like here, right here. This is the perfect example of the mock-up and in-person piece not matching. Most of these issues happen with Pakistan manufacturers because Pakistan manufacturers are known for being unprofessional and they're known for being lazy and making quick money. I'm not sure if Pakistan is a third world country, but I've had a very bad experience with Pakistan, and I'll tell you, finding the right Pakistan manufacturer is very difficult. I've had a Pakistan manufacturer who I had to fight with him a little for him to get my pieces right. It's double zip up right here from a Pakistan manufacturer, but like I said, I've had lots of issues with Pakistan manufacturers. For example, I either had glue stains on my bolts stitching, some of the pieces were falling off, some of the fabric looked used, stuff like that, y'all. So if you're finding a manufacturer, you plan on going with Pakistan, please make sure you pick manufacturer wisely because all of these manufacturers, you cannot trust them. Most of these Pakistan manufacturers are scammers. I'll tell you that straight up too. Me personally, I never got scammed because I knew how shady they was before I even, wanted to send them money. You can just tell when somebody's shady, or you can just tell when somebody's a scammer or wants to try something on you, or just stuff like that. So those of you who want to start a clothing brand and you plan on getting a Pakistan manufacturer, like I said, make sure you choose wisely. If you find the right manufacturer, I guarantee you, they're probably a little more expensive around China pricing, but it'll probably be worth it because the Pakistan manufacturers who charge more, usually the ones with verified Instagrams, a lot of customer reviews, popular ones with a lot of clients, they're a little more professional and they take their job a little more seriously. Those are the ones, like I said, make sure if you plan on getting a Pakistan, a good one, make sure you have a bit money saved on the side because it is going to cost a little bit, a little. Not much as China, but I would say it costs a little like $100, $200 difference from a regular normal Pakistan manufacturer. Next up, your designs are not going to be the best. Me, as a seventh grader, when I first started my brand, this sweater that I had made by hand, like I said, I had a Cricut machine. I was making all of my stuff on hand. I thought it was hard. They suck. When I look at them, they suck, bro. I'll literally grab it for you. So I couldn't find the sweatshirt, but this is a hoodie that I created when I first started my brand. Now look at this shit. It even says pursue the corny name that I came up with when I first started my brand. Cause PYR, I had it from pursue your route. I had different meanings for it. I couldn't really find the right one. Now to this day, it's paid young runners. Yeah, I kind of grew out of pursue your route, so I kind of changed it. This is one of the first jackets I created when I was in the seventh grade. I'm going to compare this jacket to one of my latest drops. Nah, I know you guys see the comparison. I first started, and this is my latest drop. Yeah, like I said, this is made by a Pakistan manufacturer. My manufacturer, he does do good work. 2020, 2022, I think 2021, 2022, but this was my latest drop from last year. This isn't even my latest drop. My latest drop was my double zip up. I don't have a zip up on me right now. As you can see, this is the comparison. This was my design when I first started, and this was my design now. Like I said, your designs aren't going to be the best when you're starting, and that's totally fine. You're a beginner, but you shouldn't expect to start crazy, dropping crazy shit, and making Hellstar looking designs and all that good stuff, y'all. So like I said, you do not need to have the best design when you're first starting. A lot of people like plain and basic things. Like, look at me, I'm wearing a basic plain jacket. It's hard, like little logo right, it's hard. I like basic plain things. Some people like simple things. So a lot of people don't like pieces where you see a lot going on. Make sure, like, when you're first starting off, don't do too much on your designs because, you won't get sales. I'll tell you that. Every successful brand has old design, has trash design. For instance, look up Mixed Emotions. Look at their first design compared to their latest drop now. Do they look the same? No. We grow, progress as we go, and we build our brand. So don't expect to have the best design for your first drop because that's not happening. It may sell out, but it won't be the best design, you feel me? So not everyone who starts off like MJ. When MJ first started playing basketball, he was an all-star. He had to grow his way up to being an all-star. So everything takes time. Everything is a process. Another thing about this clothing brand industry is patience. You need to have patience, y'all. Patience, patience, patience. You need to stay patient, bro. A lot of things that you have to wait for. Wait for your boat being made, your samples being made, shipping. It's a lot of stuff that you have to wait for in this program industry. So if you're an impatient person and really want this, acknowledge that you start learning how to be patient now, because if not, it's not gonna work out for you. Just letting you guys know now, FYI, you need to be patient in starting this clothing brand. So content sells more than clothes. People can't buy from a brand they never seen. Like me, I wouldn't buy from a brand that I've never seen before, or I never seen in person, or if it looks like a brand that doesn't have on hand, posting mock-ups. My point is, people can't buy from a brand they never seen. Like I said, marketing and promoting plays a big role. That's what pushes your brand out there and pushes more people and engage with your brand. Posting consistently on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram is what gets eyes on your brand. Me personally, Instagram right now is the best platform to push your brand on. Me personally, I feel like TikTok is bipolar sometimes. Sometimes TikTok will feel like blowing your video up today, and tomorrow they'll smack you with 0 views. So like, for me, TikTok is like, I don't know. TikTok, they be a little stingy sometimes. It depends on how they be feeling, but promote on Instagram, bro. Instagram, you get a certain amount of views on one video, the next video will be higher. I could tell you that. But it's all about promoting the right way, marketing the right way. Take your time when you're marketing. Don't rush. People can tell when the video or the image, whatever you're promoting, has been rushed. People like taking their time, and just flyers, all type of creative stuff. Don't just sit there and rush on something, trying to promote something and get it out there. It doesn't look like you put any effort into it. At least have some effort in it. Like, you feel me? So make sure you guys at least put effort into your brand and stuff like that, y'all. So attention comes before sales. Next up, we have content sales more than clothes. Now, what I mean by this is people won't buy from a brand that they've never seen before. And when I say this, is because the two main reasons why is because, one, they want to know if the brand's legit. Two, most people like seeing other people in the brand first before they buy it. And when I mean other people, I don't mean models, your models, or I mean like actual customers and actual other people from around the world in your brand. So those are really the two main reasons why, is because they want to know if your brand is trustworthy before spending any money. A lot of people do have experience with IG brands either scamming, taking too long with their order, all that red flag stuff. So like I said, y'all, content sales more than clothes. Best platforms to post on: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube if you want to create a personality channel. For me, if you guys are getting started, stick with Instagram. Like I said in the beginning, TikTok is really bipolar with they want to blow your videos up or not. So Instagram isn't, they stay consistent with you, they stay consistent with your views. So for me, go to Instagram. It will help you a lot, and it will save you a lot of headaches and stress. So go to Instagram. Your website won't magically make money. Make sure when creating a website, y'all, make sure you have a clean website. When I say clean, make sure you don't have bad product photos. You make sure you have good lighting in the photos. Make sure you have at least models in the photos wearing the brand. Whenever you guys post models, make sure you put how tall the model is, how much the model weighs. And that's really it. It's really because it helps the customer compare their self to the model to see what their sizing is. Or I only see like 10% of brands do this. Post your size charts and description of the product. You can post your size chart too. A lot of people don't do it because a lot of people make their own size charts and they don't want to give away their own credit. So I do totally understand that. But if you guys make sure you guys have clean photos, clean backgrounds. If you putting it on concrete, make sure the concrete is clean. Make sure you find a good spot of concrete. Don't put it on no trashy, nasty concrete that won't make your brand stand out. You want to make your brand stand out. Quality is key. Customers aren't going to buy from a brand. For instance, they see a shirt in the grass, and the shirt isn't even straightened out, or you feel me? Just be neat. Make your website clean. Be neat. Be specific, and yeah, y'all. Now the next one up. Oh my goodness, y'all. Don't expect your friends to support you. Now, from my experience, this is very true. When I first started my brand, I had a lot of friends who hyped me up. But when it actually got to me posting on Instagram or TikTok, they were never in my comments, never reposting, never resharing. But it's crazy because your favorite idol will post and, oh yeah, my slime, or my favorite rapper, or They would support somebody that doesn't know they exist rather than supporting a friend who's been there for years. And so your friends won't support you. That is one of the realest things that you have to hear. You may not like it, but it just be true. And if you do have friends who support you, make sure you keep those, bro, because those friends are the ones that's gonna stay with you for a very long time. You can tell who's a friend and who's not a friend and who's using you. It's not even a topic, so I'm not even gonna get more into that. But yeah, I can say I do have experience with my friends not supporting me when I first started. Some of them are buying consistently and stuff like that, but don't expect all of them to support you because they won't. Only I'll say 5% or 10% your friends will support you, and you guys will see what I'm talking about when you start your brand. So you will see strangers support you more than your own friends, and it's very sad because a stranger who just met you online supports you more than a friend who's known you for years and known that you wanted to start this brand for years. Like I said, it's very sad. You know, that's how life is. Life is very complicated, you know. Yeah, next up we have stop copying every brand, stop copying every trend. Copying every brand and every trend isn't going to help your brand succeed because these brands are already at the top. And if you're trying to copy what they're doing, that's not really going to help because you're at the bottom. You know, these brands already been through what you're about to go through. These brands already have started their brand years ago. These brands already been through hell with their brand. You know, all these successful brands that you see out there have been through hell when they first started. People who really want it will go after it and they won't let nothing stop them as regards of drops failing, manufacturer headaches, negativity, like all that stuff. They didn't let it stop them and look at where they at now. So that's what I'm saying. This clothing brand industry, you can't expect one drop to go well and all of a sudden you're Caprice and Quan, these other people that y'all see. So that's not how that works, y'all. This one is important. Sales do not equal profit, guys. What I mean by that is just because you sell a $60 hoodie does not mean you made $60. You still have to pay for shipping. You still have to pay for payment fees. You still have to pay for supply fees, manufacturers, shipping, packaging. You have fees to pay for to be able for that person to get their order out. Shipping labels, shipping printers, shipping packages, polymailers, that stuff is needed, y'all. Success takes longer than what social media make it seem. You probably have days with zero sales, no views. You're constantly putting all this work in and think it's not gonna pay off. Please do not stop because of that, And you'll probably have moments where you question everything. Please do not stop right there because right where you stop is probably be the step to your success. So make sure you guys stay consistent because that's all about owning a clothing brand is being consistent. If you want to be successful, when you have to be consistent, you cannot lack, you cannot be inconsistent and expect to blow up and be successful off a clothing brand. So everybody's life's different, I knew I could have blown up if I was consistent posting and consistently dropping, but it's my fault and I'm taking accountability for it. Yeah, now I'm consistent and now you guys are going to see my progress with how being consistent really works and how it can really build you as a person and build your success. So, views, you get no sales. That's completely normal. Most of the brands that are successful now were the ones who were being consistent with when nobody was watching. Like, you see a successful brand, go to the owner. If they have YouTube, go to their first video, see how they started, see how they came up. Like, you see ups and downs in this. It isn't always peaches and ups and downs to this stuff, y'all. Build a community base. This is very, very important, y'all. Would you rather have, when I say this, I mean, if people come back from one hoodie, they'll disappear, But the people who come back to see your grind, your journey, your grind, they'll feel like they're a part of something bigger and come back for every drop because they see you being consistent. They see you building a successful journey. People come back for every drop. That's why in the beginning of the video I said making the logo isn't going to work because most of these brands out here don't even use their logos anymore. They just throw words on the t-shirt and it sells out. Crazy, but it sells out. Build a community, y'all. When I say build a community is build people that you engage with. Like Instagram does have a feature now. Whenever you reach 1,000 followers, you can create your own channel. Create your own channel, y'all. Creating your own channel can really it allows the customer to join the channel and post, drop. It's like Telegram. It's exactly like Telegram, how Telegram works. Whenever you post, drop, or about to drop, or announcements, it's very helpful. Creating a channel, reaching 1,000 followers isn't hard when you're being consistent. Now, if you're being inconsistent and you're lacking, do not expect to hit a certain amount of followers. Please be consistent, not be inconsistent and expect to be successful again. Stay consistent, always be consistent no matter what you're doing, no matter who's watching. Go all in. Patience, patience, and growth. Clothing brand isn't a get rich scheme, and I know you've heard it from a ton of people, but it is the truth. You know, you can't expect to drop a hoodie and make 10 bands off of it in a day. Like, that's not how it works. It takes time. Like, I can see once you make it and you drop something and it sells out, but that's because you already made it. People already know you. People already know where you come from. People already know your journey. Some people already have pieces from you. Me, I have a lot of returning customers. So as I said, it takes time. You have to earn trust, build your audience, improve your quality, improve your products, and build a loyal audience. Like how I have returning customers, and building a loyal audience is simply interacting with them, engaging with them. If they post on your, like, let's say you post a hoodie and, there's random strangers who comment fire emojis, reply to them back, bro. And like, if there's people in the comments asking, how does it run? How does it fit? Reply back. This is how you create a loyal audience, by engaging with the customers and not letting them know that you're Hollywood, because you're not Hollywood, gang. You're not Duke Gibbons, gang. Like, no. Engage with the customer. This is what creates a loyal audience. This is what would want people to come back, because most brands do not engage. People love brands who are very helpful, very trustworthy, very honest, and reply fast. That's all I gotta say. Check your inbox every morning, check your comments every morning, check your feed every morning, and just stuff like that. And interact with your audience, interact with your fan base, and interact with your community. This is how you build a community. This is how you build a loyal community. A loyal community is always better than a regular community. Yeah, y'all. Being consistent is what takes your brand to another level. I made my first $1,000 off my brand when I was only 14 years old, simply because I was on TikTok posting every day until TikTok blew up one of my videos. When TikTok blew that video up, a lot of customers went to my website and they ended up buying a whole bunch of products from me, and that is how I made my first $1,000. Like I said, y'all, all it takes is consistency, because if I was to stay consistent and keep dropping, I probably could have been up by now. But like I said, I was being inconsistent. I wasn't going all in, I wasn't focused. But now I'm focused, y'all. Y'all gonna see my journey and my progress on how they're gonna go while I'm being consistent. So yeah, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Whoever is starting a clothing brand out there, if you're watching this video, I wish you the best of luck. I hope these tips
Bruh.
I hope these tips help you, and may God continue to give you more creativity and stuff that you need to succeed. I'm rooting for you guys. If you guys need help, don't be afraid to shoot me a text on Instagram, or I'm always down to help anybody. There's enough bread in this world for everybody to win. Like, really not hard. All you have to do is stay consistent, pray, tell God about your plans, tell God what you want to do. Yeah, y'all. So that is it for today's video, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you take this advice down notes in your notebook if you have to. Remind yourself, bro, being consistent. That's all it is. Being consistent. It doesn't matter if you have a trash product. Being consistent and watch how the tables turn for you. Stay consistent. All it takes is one consistent year to change your life. One consistent year. One. All it takes is one consistent year to change your life. Stay consistent. Stay blessed. Stay up. Stay prayed up. You feel me? The week out, and I will see you guys in the next video.
I gave you love that just wasn't enough.